This is the broadcasting service of SmartCut Entertainment Movies and Documentary.
Thanks for watching Jeci's talk show. This is Jacinta Hendrika, and here with me in the studio are wonderful guests. Thank you all for watching me. Last week we were discussing about the challenges of single motherhood, but today we are going to discuss more in details about the effects of single motherhood in our society. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, my guest will be introduced to you guys. So you stay tuned. Don't leave your seat. Invite someone else.
You're watching the Jeci Talk Show. Real life issues.
Welcome back to Jeci's Talk Show. To my right is
Tammy Morgan, songwriter, singer, and single mother.
Welcome, Miss Tammy, to Jeci's Talk Show.
Thank
God bless you. I'm glad to have you here.
On
On my left is
Kizito Osimnobi Ibe, a TV host and international master of ceremony.
You're welcome, sir, to Jeci's Talk Show. God bless you.
Thanks
I'm
for
glad to
having me.
have you here.
Thanks for having me.
To my extreme left is
Rita Salami, married to Olawale Salami, a nursing degree holder and a sister of Sister True Love.
Welcome, Sister Rita. I'm glad to have you here.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening me.
You're watching the Jeci Talk Show. Real life issues.
Hello, thanks for watching Jeci's Talk Show. This is Jacinta Hendrika. Thank you for watching me. Like I said before, this project is for enlightenment of women's empowerment. And last episode, we were discussing about the challenges of single mothers. And we're still talking about the challenges that they face on a daily basis. And today, I have in my studio wonderful 3 guests that are ready to help me out and give some light to this issue. Miss Tammy, what do you take when it comes to single motherhood? You said in your introduction that you were a single mom. What are the experiences that you went through that can help someone out there, especially a sister?
Well, for me, I became a single mother at the age of 14.
Wow.
I had an incident that happened to me, and I became pregnant, from that. And I had my son at the age of 15. So being young and still being in school, it was a lot of things that I didn't know that I had to learn going down the road, on my way to growing up. I didn't get a chance to grow into my adulthood. I started my adulthood at 15.
Awesome.
Wow. So it was different.
Wow. So with that experience, especially when you're very young, were your parents alive?
Yes, they were.
So what was the support like from family members?
Well, my mother, and my mother was very awesome, but she did not let me. She didn't let me be a little girl, anymore, because I was pregnant and I did have a baby coming. She told me that I did have to stay in school and that I did have to get a job.
Wow.
And I couldn't take my money and then just spend it on myself and blow it on myself. But I had to get prepared for having a baby. Or once I had my baby, I had to be aware that he needed clothes, or he needed diapers. You know, I needed to be ready to pay for those things and to help pay for child care. You know, those things. My life changed, you know, with that. So, but she was very supportive. Her and my father both, they helped me raise my son when I was at home until I was 17. I moved out when I got married at first, but until then they were the ones that really helped me with him.
Awesome. And with that experience, you know, some of these single women, and especially the young ones, teenagers, having babies and all that, through the process of having this child at that early age, what is the positive outcome of that? What would you say that this really helped you as an adult now? Going through that
the positive outcome of that is my son.
Awesome.
I really thank God for him. He became everything that I would have wanted to see in a grown man for my life. I can say that I raised him well, you know, even being a single parent, because he was very thoughtful, he was very considerate, he was a hard worker. And also, he was very mindful of his sister. I have a younger daughter that was 4 years younger than him, and he expressed qualities of nurturing and being an overseer over us at the age of 4.
Wow.
I told him I didn't know what would happen to me when I was married to my first husband, and so I got him ready to make my daughter's bottle, because I had just had her. And then I just told him to just, you know, learn how to make her bottle, you know, just in case if anything happens. And his strength, even for him being as young as he was, he lived to be 35 years old. And from him, I saw true manhood from him. The things that I would have seeked to see in other men, other grown men, was what I saw in my son.
Awesome.
You know, and so I thank God for his strength and for his love and for his consistency.
That's
wonderful. Of being a good son.
What a such experience. We'll have a gentleman here that will know his experience. He's a TV man. He's been on the camera like all the time. And I'm glad to have him in my studio today. Sir, what is your take when you see these young kids these days getting pregnant? What do you think you can give to them, at least to encourage them?
Thank you once again, Jacinta, for having me. Let me quickly go back to what Ms. Tema said. It's very sad to hear that you started single parenthood at the age of 15 years. And actually, no woman will want to start such a task or journey. And what you said, the joy of every woman is to be called a mother. So
that's
the
true.
positive thing about it is that at the end of it, you have a son, and today he's a big boy. He's 35. You know. So coming to your question, in every ramification, parenting single-handedly is not a good thing.
It's not.
A child upbringing is a combination of man and woman. But when it happens that one person will bear the burden, you know, when two people are doing something together, it's very hectic. Then think of when one person is doing it. Single mothers are really trying. It is not easy you have to plan for the children's education, you have to plan their movement, you have to make sure that maybe those of them who are not up to 12 years, we have the daycare, everything. So it is not really an easy task for single mothers. I really praise them. I doff my cap for them. They are trying. But if I should narrow your question a little bit, I wasn't here at the first episode. This single motherhood, what led to some women being single mothers?
That's a very good one. Like I was saying in the last episode, I like to bring my show life. I'm a single mom myself, and I can relate completely what we go through. When we say what led to it, we can't really predict, because everyone has a different issue that led to the single motherhood. That notwithstanding, men also go through similar things that women go through.
Yeah.
Some cases will be no child involved and marriage will break. Some cases will be money, financial difficulties. Some places will be ego. You know, when a woman is making money more than the husband, some ladies take it overboard and start controlling the man. And guess what? Men that have so much pride will not take it. And sometimes the marriage will end. And some mother-in-laws, family members, too many contributors to the issue of single motherhood. Some too could be that their husband are dead. They end up being single
Some
mothers.
could be choice made by women.
You're
Because
right.
of the, like where we are in a society where the law favors women most. And when you have, I'm not an advocate of single parenthood, but I tend to say that the society or the law, especially where we live, seems to favor women. Because when there is a law that in a breakage or if there is a divorce in marriage, women take the kids. So some women, some of them, let me use that word, selfish, or some who are not considerate, we always capitalize on that because, oh, the man gonna be paying me some money. Therefore, if there is a breakage or if there is a divorce, I'll be having extra money. And you remember, like this period we are now, this is a tax income period. Yeah. When a woman gets 2-3 kids and go for income tax, you know how much she's going to make. Some of these things go into their head and they don't realize that they need to maintain a home. So they want to have their own selfish interests and cause all sorts of trouble in the home and break up the marriage so that they will be getting their income tax, the man will be paying them child support, and they will be answering big ladies out there.
That, I can really relate on that, sir. That is not a proven factor. Because most times I like to do research before I say stuff and based on life experience. Do you know that if a woman is thinking about child support, then I would say she's really lost, but I would say something is wrong. You know why? Some men will decide to quit their job instead of them paying child support. So that being an issue to get divorced is really messed up right now.
That's an irresponsible man.
Yeah, you end up suffering. And suffering. No, we can't say they're not responsible. Some men might be involved directly to their case, but decide not to work their job anymore. Any little thing they have, they take care of their kids directly, but that child support, they can't have any proof to pay child support.
But okay, let us not deviate. On the issue of single motherhood, we are talking about the effects and the challenges.
Yes.
Yes, as a man, they face a lot. One, not only pertaining to their kids, even from the men outside.
Yes.
Who know, oh, they are single, there's no man in the house.
Very good point.
They will be calling them, disturbing them. Even when the woman says, no, even though I'm not with any man, I don't want any man in my life, these men will keep pestering them. So they are managing the men outside. They are managing their kids inside. They are managing their jobs. They are managing their homes. So much burden on them. They are really trying. And this place, if you don't work, nobody pays their bill. So they have to take care of all these things. It's a really big task for them. I praise them. They are really trying.
Yes.
They are doing everything to keep their kids together, make sure that they go to school, they clothe them. The little one they gave them, even if they are collecting child support, which may not even be enough, they still manage it to make sure that these kids look good like other kids.
Yes. And Sister Rita, that being said, with some experiences, I believe there are some women too who can be very mean.
Yes.
You understand? Some ladies walk out of marriages and leave kids out of the marriage. Yes. I don't know how they do that. What is your take on that?
My take on that is that I don't know if their mind is, if they have mind to just, you know, leave their kids just like that and they will not think as they are going. I'm talking about the women that abandon their children. That for me is probably not right. It's not even good at all. It's against God. How can a woman have be pregnant for 9 months and just abandon her children or her child? If I may say, some women, they have hearts, and I don't know the kind of heart they have, if they have a stone heart. But God don't want it that way because it's not good. So some of my job people, they are doing it, but I quit asking them why are they doing it. They said they have their own life to live, and the child to have his own life to live. I said, okay, but for me, I can't do it. So I know in Sister True Love, we don't accept that and we don't do that. It's against God.
Yes.
Let me come in here. You see, that's why I tell people, marriage is not of age, it's of maturity.
Yes.
You will see a child of 15 years, 18 years, who thinks very maturely.
That's
Are you
true.
getting me? If you're a woman, knowing the bond between mother and child, you have a child for 9 months. When a woman is about to deliver, there is what they call umbilical cord. That is your link between whatever happens from eternity to eternity. That child belongs to you. But if you can leave your child somewhere, abandon your child, not caring, that is, you are very insensitive.
Yes.
You don't have that humanity in you. And you see, at times, yes, like I said before, the law favors the woman. No. Do you know why I think I tend towards the law? Because the women, they have this tenderness of caring.
Yes.
They have this humanity
naturally
of taking care of things. Like they said, give a woman a house, he will give you a home.
Yeah.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Give him a good money, he will give you a good food. You know, when you give these women, these kids, they know how to take. Yeah, I'm not saying that men don't take care of their kids. But like myself now, I think what I would do, maybe I take them to Macy's. What do you want again? Okay, buy this one, buy this one. You know, but this woman will go home. I said, look, this cloth that bought for you, it doesn't fit you very well. It is the responsibility of the woman to now take one after the other, all the clothes you as a man bought, and see whether they fit those kids. You are man, and if the one that is not good, like myself, at times they say, I'm going to take the receipt back. I say, I'm not going, anybody can go. And the woman will take it upon herself to go back to the store and make sure she gets what fits the kids. So, if a woman, and if you are watching this program and you're a woman, whether you are single or you're married, and you can leave your child and you don't care, man, something is wrong somewhere.
Yes.
Because that place you are going, you don't know what you're going to meet on the road.
And you know that that's coming from that you're feeling, and when they feel the disconnection, it doesn't just start where they're feeling that right there. It has to come from somewhere in order for, by the time they've gotten pregnant with the child, that they're already feeling the disconnection. Because some women, even after they have their children, go into the postpartum depression. And then they do that, and that's regardless if they're single or if they're married. They do go into the postpartum depression. They don't want to be connected to the child, and it's because some of them didn't even want to have children at first. They wanted to wait, and then but something happened, you know, which is always the thing that relates to somebody going to bed with somebody, you know. and then you get pregnant. That's either married or single. It's still the same thing.
Yes.
But once you get pregnant, then your mind frame, you don't know. Sometimes you don't know what to do. Sometimes you find out that now that you are actually really pregnant, your life is fixing to change.
That's wonderful. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue to give light into this issue, because a lot of women and men likewise out there that are single are going through a lot of challenges. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
You are watching the Jeci Stark Show of real life issues.
Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dig a little bit deeper concerning single parenthood. Not just the women, including the men out there. Stay tuned.
We're watching the Jeci Talk Show, real life issues.
Welcome back to Jeci's Talk Show. Like I said before, most couples are living in a great bondage in their relationship. Don't look at people out there believing stereotypes. That's not the issue. Some couples are going through some challenges that single mothers are better off. Financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, they are all disconnected. But they pretend to be in the same house. What do I do? Stay in that house and be in bondage, or be single and live my life to the fullness? That is the question for another day. So, Miss Tammy, what is your final take? based on what we all discussed today?
On living in bondage, I would suggest that a child that has gotten pregnant, okay, and your parents are looking for you to get married, if you do not, and if the person does not really love you, then I would suggest not to do that, just for the sake of the children, just for the sake of saving your name. My when I was younger, my child support that I got from my husband was $157 a month. When you looked at that and having 2 children, it was nothing compared to what I had, and I didn't have the support to try to put them in daycare or, you know, to have somebody to watch them. Sometimes my mother did, you know, but sometimes she couldn't always do it if they were going to be with me, you know. So I had to make the choice sometimes of where we would choose to live. Sometimes we had to go stay with my parents, or sometimes we had to stay with his parents when we were together because the money was never really there. And then when it came time for the child support, then I had no support. It was no support for me to make it on my own. Man will seek for another woman, and the woman, even though she will try to be there for the man, if her needs are not met, then she will seek for another. And that will cause the relationship not to be good. When I was 17, I got married because my parents thought that I needed to be married because I already had a child. But the guy did not really love me, and he brought me back home. But my parents told me that we needed to go back and try to make it work. Oh my God. And I was in that relationship for 7 years because I did not know how to take care of my, and because I didn't know what to expect or what to do, then I stayed. Oh God. And because I stayed, I was in the domestic violence unit.
I'm my handsome man. Thank you for joining me. What is your final take?
And thank you so much. Thank you, viewers. Like I said from the beginning, I'm not an advocate of divorce or separation. If you try to work it, let it work, and it's not working. Like Tema said, for you to remain there, and if you know that remaining there will even take you to domestic violence, because that is the record that we have, and you never get out of it. Yes. So to avoid that domestic violence, to avoid the net to be stern, is for you to stay out. But like I said, if you stay out and there are children involved, make sure you play your role, either father or mother. The children is the center point. The children is the like center of attraction. Yes. They should be our responsibility. Wherever you are, whatever you do, whether you married another woman or you married another man or you are dating another person, but know that your first fruits are with somebody. Once you do that, I don't think that the justice will be against you. When a woman is about to get married, they come, like in my tradition, they come with 7 baskets of character or behavior or attitude. The first one is when they come in, they will be doing oh so many stuff, nice things. They will sweep the house, they will clean the house, they will wash the dishes, so that the mother of the boy will say, oh, my son, if it's not Jacinta, you are not marrying any other woman. Then, when finally the man marries her, she has come in, she will drop another character. The 3rd character is when she gets pregnant. The 4th one is maybe if the child is a boy, oh, I have come to stay, nobody's going to send me out. When she gets another child, oh, finally. Then the 7th character is to tell you who actually she is.
Sister Rita, what is your take?
I'm not going to say couples should get divorced or separated. I advise like they should work things out. They should pray to God. They should do what what is right for God for them, so that separation will not be there and divorce will not be there. It's not going to help you. You need to work very hard so that you can take care of your kids. They can be happy. But if you are relying on child support, you're not going to make it. Yeah. So
wonderful, wonderful. Welcome back to Jeci's Talk Show. Thank you guys for watching Jeci's Talk Show, and we have come to the end of this episode. Please watch out for the next episode of Mother-in-Law Syndrome. And I do appreciate my guest today, honestly. Miss Tammy, thank you so much for joining me. May the Lord bless you. I appreciate you for coming to the studio. Mr. Kisiko, Osinobi.
You learn how to call it next time, right?
Kiziko
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Sarita, thank you so much for joining me on the studio. God bless you. I can't wait to see you guys again next time. Please subscribe. Go to YouTube, share the link, and subscribe. Thank you.
You're watching the Jeci Talk Show, real life issues.